I have died so many times in my dreams. From a very early age, I remember even. The first dream, maybe I was 7 or 8 years old. I remember I was, for some reason, on top of a building, and I was driving, even though I was a child. But in this dream, I was driving, and I simply just drove off the building. And you know how some people, when they have falling dreams, right before the fall they wake up? Well, that really doesn't happen to me. I'm very fortunate to experience the continuation of dying. So I remember driving off, like a suicide or something, driving off this building and hitting the ground. And I remember the catastrophe that I'm there looking up and a light begin to form in the sky, a very attractive light beginning to open and open. And as it was opening, that is when my mother woke me up. And much further on in my life, another building dream. They're all very strange, as dreams tend to be. But in this building dream, again, I was being chased and I was going up the stairs, like this spiral stairs, up to the top of a building. And I was being chased by, I can't remember if it was one person or several people, but I was being chased, and I reached a point to where there was no other place to go but to jump. And so I jumped to my death. But the thing with this dream is that, like a video game or something, it started over and then I had to do the same thing over again. So going back up the stairs and then finding myself trapped, no place to go but to jump, jumping again, and doing it all over again. I don't know how many times I had to do that, maybe 20, 30, 40 times. Very annoying. A dream where I had to die over and over. Okay. And since we're on the falling theme, so this was more of a relatively recent one, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. At the time, I was visiting a Hare Krishna temple for a week. I was visiting a friend of mine, and I had a dream that I was on a flight, and the airplane started going down, and I realized that this would probably be my fate because it felt very real. And so I remember repeating the Maha Mantra, which is the mantra that the Krishna people repeat over and over. And I remember just doing the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And just having that over and over, repeating that. And at the point of where it was going to collide in the ground, this time I didn't experience that collision because it just brought me over to the next dream. So this was a very different. I didn't wake up, but I did sort of transition, which is very nice because I like to see death as transition. It's like a transformation to, new world. So this was very nice. But actually the intriguing thing about this dream was that same day I looked at the news, and for the first time in 9 years there was a commercial air flight that went down. And so, precognitive dream, connecting with the collective unconscious, I don't know, but and maybe I was on that exact same airplane experiencing it coming down, I don't know. But that's just a lot of synchronicity for it to be, that day, really. And another one I had was, I used to work for many years at a long-term acute center, a hospital, as an X-ray tech, because that was my first career, X-ray and CAT scan. And I was an x-ray tech at this one facility that was for more like really, really sick patients, like very long-term patients. And in this dream, I got the privilege of being in my own hospital as a patient in the ICU. And I was looking at myself in third-person perspective, and apparently I had overdosed on some sort of drug. I remember even the specific room of the ICU where I was in, and I remember the team that were really trying to work with me because I was beginning to leave Earth. And I just remember very vividly looking down like a third-person perspective, and in this third-person perspective there's no feeling. There's just like, as many near-death experience people say, there's sort of like an intrigue, a curiosity. And the most of the curiosity I had was how into the job that these nurses were. Like, I could feel into their heart that they were, with all their might, they wanted me to live. And then this thing touched me so much that, wow, you're doing this all for me? Like, wow, I'm like so honored, you know? But, you know, I flatlined and they did lose me. And I also felt into their heart. Like, they wouldn't show it in their face. It was like, you know, like a stone face. But inside, they were crying, like both of them, the two nurses in particular. They were so crying and very, very disappointed that they couldn't revive me. So this really left an impression on me. And the last death I would like to mention happened. This could count as a death. Let's count it as a death. But I was dreaming that I was in a public park, just like any other park. And it was like a nice sunny day. And all of a sudden, I see ghosts hanging around in this park. But I look again, and I realize that these were not ghosts. Because what kind of ghosts, you know, have like little rainbow, you know, like a dragonfly wing? Like little rainbow colors. You know, they look clear, but they're not like a typical, stereotypical ghost looking, but with the rainbow colors. And so at that moment, I concluded, those are not ghosts. Those are angels. And I thought it was the coolest things. They really, I don't know, it looked like really cool people to go hang out with. So I just, all of a sudden, just went toward them because I just wanted to be with them. I was just being called. So I went toward them, and then there was like a barrier. And the barrier was like, no, cannot go hang out with these people. And then I was like, you know, why? And then the message was, you have to drop your ego to be with these people. And so I'm like, okay. So I just immediately dropped my ego, just, you know, as if it's that easy to do. But apparently I dropped it. And then I got allowed to go toward, you know, their space. And then while I was with them, they started to float up. And another white light in the sky opened up. It was like the most amazing euphoria, like most amazing feeling of love opening up. And I was with this amazing, cool crew going up to this cool place, like traveling up with them was like the best feeling. And I was getting closer and closer and closer to the white light. And then all of a sudden, I'm back in bed because my partner at the time woke me up. And I was like, I was just going to go to the most amazing place with these cool people. And she looked at me very upset. I could see that she was very, very upset. And she's like, I woke you up because you stopped breathing. So yeah, I guess that's a good reason to wake someone up. I mean, I've never had any cases that I've heard of sleep apnea or anything. But I mean, I think I would have woken up, 2-3 minutes. I think the body will kick in and wake me up. So I think I could have gone further. It would have been interesting. And, I probably have anyway. I just, our memories, we don't remember so many of the things that happen in our dreams. And You know, even near-death experience people, they don't remember everything that happens to them. And not to say this is like a near-death experience, because technically a near-death experience is more, you know, your heart really does stop and then, you know, you have an experience. So maybe more of along the line of out-of-body experience within a dream or something like this. But yeah, this thing of dying in my dreams, it has happened so many times. These are just a few cases, but I've had them so much. And I suppose maybe the message is that really it's not the end. I mean, there's some form of continuation with a part of you that is you. You know, there's something that continues. This is just like a little momentary, very extremely temporary video game. And to take it seriously, yes, but not too seriously. Because I mean, that's the game of life. You have to play this paradox of like playing the nice, very proficient actor in this stage of life, while at the same time having fun and not taking it so seriously, allowing yourself to be lighthearted, to be playful, all these kind of things. Because it's just like a little short chapter, and then something else happens. Who knows what in the world happens after that? But something will happen. So yeah, I mean, I think this is the message for me. Like, okay, like, don't take life so seriously, and here I will kill you over and over, and you know, you're still alive now, so maybe that shows you to you know, enjoy. So thank you for listening. Subscribe, do whatever you need to do. My website's shadowbody.com. I am a Butoh artist, international Butoh artist, always traveling like a nomad and enjoying life as best as I can, like so many other people.